Hey, thanks for stopping by. Have you ever had a bunch of scraps that you wish you could go ahead and get some additional designs cut out of the material? Well, today I'm going to show you a really fast and easy way to do it. I'm not going to use a camera. I don't have a camera on my Nova 35. And you'll be amazed on how fast and efficient this is. This is a great thing to learn on how to use your controller on your laser a little better. Once I load my 3x3 design in the controller, I'm not going to go back to the laptop in any way. I'm going to do it all right from the controller. I'm going to go from one spot to the other spot to the other spot and cut out all four 3-inch squares and not ever have to go back to the laptop. I'm going to go ahead and use two cameras on this. I'm going to have one camera on the controller so you can see the keystrokes that I use, and then another camera on the laser so you can see how they both interact. We're not going to cut away. We're going to do all four of these at the same time so you get a sense on how fast this can be. And if I've got several of these sheets, I don't have to worry about it. I can just take out the old one, put in a new one, drive to where I need to cut it out, push origin, hit start, cut it out, and move on. So if you learn this technique, it will save you a boatload of time. And again, if you don't have a camera, don't think that you can't do this. This is really easy doing it right from your controller. So I'll show you how to do it. It's quick and easy. Let's go check it out. Okay, to get our 3-inch by 3-inch square to the controller, we're just going to come into Lightburn. I drug it out of my library, and you know right now we've got a 3-inch by 3-inch rectangle with a hole in the middle to hang it. And the most important thing is that we're going to come up here and we're going to make sure that this says user origin and that we're selecting in the upper left-hand corner. Again, this is personal preference depending on what you'd like to do. I just prefer to work in the upper left-hand corner. And you'll notice now that you have a green square up here in this upper left-hand corner. Wherever you change this, that green square will follow. So that's going to show you kind of where your laser nozzle needs to be when you hit origin. That's going to be the start of your project. So just keep that in mind. Make sure that you don't have that origin somewhere else, that it's right there in that corner, because when you select origin on the controller, that's where that job's going to start. And so if everything's okay, normally what we would do is we would go ahead and hit send. We would name it and send it over the controller. And then from that point, we would pull it up in the controller and load it, and then off we go. So let's go to the laser and see how these are cut out. Okay, I've got my material loaded. I've got some magnets on the corners. I'm going to start over here in the upper left-hand corner. I'm going to cut a 3x3 square there. Then I'm going to come down here, cut one here. I'm going to move up to over this upper right-hand corner and cut one out. We're not going to cut away. We're going to do this all at once. So the first thing I'm going to do, I've already sent my file over to the controller. I'm going to select File. It's the 3x3 square. I'm going to hit Enter, and now I've got it loaded. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drive where I need to go. I'm going to hit Origin. Then I'm going to go ahead and frame it and make sure that that 3x3 square will fit. Looks like that's going to go okay. I'm going to come down just a little bit more. I'm going to hit Origin again, and I'm going to frame it. That looks great. We're going to cut it out. Press start. Okay, that one's all done. We're going to drive down to the next one. We're going to hit Origin. We're going to frame it. That looks good. We're going to go ahead and hit Start. Okay, that one's all done. We're going to go ahead and drive over to the top right-hand side. We come over here, we're going to go ahead and hit origin. We're going to frame it, make sure it'll fit. Looks like that magnet's in the way, so we're going to drop down a little bit, hit origin again, frame it. That looks great. We're going to go ahead and hit start. One more. We're going to come down here, straight down, arrow down. We're going to stop. We're going to hit origin. We're going to frame it. Hit start. And there you go. In just a few minutes, we went and we individually cut out 4 different squares. We didn't use a camera in any way. We just went, and so to review, all I did is I pulled down, I set my origin in the top left-hand corner of that design. And so I knew that was my start point. So all I did is I pulled that in, I hit the origin button, I framed it to make sure that it would fit, and I started it. And I did that 3 other times. And now you could see that if I had smaller designs, maybe little circles or whatever, I could go in between all of these circles and cut out smaller bits. But I wanted you to see how easy it was to drive your laser head around to your scrap material, and as long as you know where your origin is, you're good to go. So what I did is I placed my origin in this top left-hand corner. I knew that's where I had started it, and doesn't get much easier than that. So just remember, you don't need to be running back and forth to your laptop to send it back to the controller every time you want to make a cut. If you've got repetitive cuts, as long as you can drive the laser head to a spot, hit origin, and that sets your new user origin, and then you can frame it to make sure it fits, press start, and away you go. Pretty easy stuff. This will save you a lot of time. Hope this was helpful. Well, as you can see, cutting out scraps without a camera and just controlling the laser with your controller is a piece of cake. Once you use it, just to review, what I did is I used the top left-hand corner as my user origin point, so I knew where that was. Again, that's a personal preference, but I find that that location is typically the easiest. The other thing is that when you have scraps like that and you've got a customer ordering things from you, see if you can provide just a little bit extra. Give them a couple of extra things that they weren't expecting. That will come back to you, and trust me. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. I'd sure appreciate it. And if you can, hit that thanks button. That's helping a lot. I really do appreciate it. Until next time, thanks and have a great day.